land and sea present a pageant of surprises beyond the scope of human imagination. At El Kantara, gateway to the vast Sahara Desert in the southern part of Algeria, we are suddenly transported into a world of heat and mystery, where Arabs and Berbers live their lives in remote and silent seclusion, utterly indifferent to the persistent inroads of civilization. Many people seem to be under the impression that Algeria is mostly populated by Arabs, but as a matter of fact, they form only a small minority of the inhabitants, 75% of whom are Berbers, descendants of that rugged warlike race who had lived in North Africa for untold centuries before the Arabs came. Because of their sun-tanned skins caused by constant exposure to the severe African sun, the Berbers are often regarded as a colored race, but in reality they are of pure Caucasian stock, racially as white as ourselves. Among the Arabs, there is no nervous tension, no eager striving to accomplish in one lifetime what would normally require a century. They will waste their scant earnings in buying favorable horoscopes or in playing dominoes, and if no fortune comes to them, they will condone their bad luck as being the will of Allah. The streets are usually thronged with men, but seldom does one see a woman. And when she does put in an appearance, her face is heavily veiled, and her manner is shrinking and reserved. The reason for this may be due to the fact that according to their Bible, the Koran, men are superior to women on account of the qualities which God has gifted one above the other. Although the Arab men do perform a few menial duties, their most important duty in life is to pray 5 times a day, thereby assuring themselves of paradise. At Bskrة in southern Algeria, there is a garden that has become world famous as the setting for a romantic novel known as the Garden of Allah. And it was here that Robert Hitchens, the author of that book, created his principal characters and endowed them with a spell of romance that has helped to make the Garden of Allah the most popular oasis in the Sahara Desert. Just beyond this peaceful acre is the hot and mystic expanse of the Sahara Desert, where a sad species of mankind courageously struggles with the unrelenting elements of heat and sand. Here dwell the nomads of the desert, depending upon frugal crops and half-starved camels for a livelihood. From the time they are able to walk, the children are saddled with the care of children, and very seldom does the opportunity present itself for the recreation which is so essential to normal childhood. It is doubtful that human life could survive here without camels, for these beasts of burden are fitted by nature for desert life and can travel for days without food or drink. They are stubborn and mean beasts, with ugly dispositions, even with their young. An orphan among them is certainly a pathetic creature. But with all its bad traits, the camel is one of man's most useful servants, and nothing has yet been invented to compete with this animal in plodding its way across the forbidding sand dunes of the Sahara. The sight of a caravan starting out for some distant oasis stirs our imagination and prompts us to admire the courage of the men who can earn a living and find the means of travel under such inhospitable conditions. Thousands of miles beyond the trackless waste of this desert, at the southern extreme